Hey guys, we're at this job. They sent the work order on Sunday and needed it done today. They had their washer and dryer hooked up from somewhere. I guess they got a new one or something, and they said that the discharge line is backing up inside the pipe. We're not sure. He wasn't able to really get any pictures for me. It might be one of those old cast irons. If it is, we're just going to cut it out and put all ABS back in with maybe a clean out, something like that, if we can't get our snake in there. I asked the guy if I could videotape, and he said, well, as long as it ain't in my house, and I don't want, he has his garage set up like an office, so he doesn't want me videotaping his desk or something. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I've got to get some video for you guys. Okay guys, there is a little bit of a leak on the, show them where the leak is on the threads right there, and it looks like it's coming from up above on that no hub, on that vent, not on the vent but the clean out. Looks like when it backed up, it might have went up towards the vent and then leaked out. We're gonna fix that once we get the clog. All this is ABS. Let me get in there a minute with the camera for him. This is all good news for us because we got an option one here. I'd rather go through this clean out. Yes, it's smaller than the bottom one, but that bottom one is a plastic plug and a cast iron, which might be fine, but we don't know how hard it is to unthread that out and then put it back. Getting it out is no problem, but if it's all stripped, I don't want to have to put it back in and then it doesn't work right. It doesn't, it leaks. I'd rather deal with this one up here because it's new. It's all ABS plug. Chances of me getting that out and putting it back is really successful. On the bottom, you take that plastic plug. We don't know if you look at it, it's in crooked too. Look at that, guys. That's why I don't want to screw with it, because it's not leaking. And look, it's in crooked. The threads are all jacked up. So if I go to take that out, and what is going to be my success rate without having a leak there? Yeah, I can put tape and dope, but still, it's an issue. Why mess with that one? I'll mess with this one, this top one right here. So, all right, guys, we're going to get our equipment. First thing we're going to do is we want to identify, because see this trap right here? It has a nut. So I don't know if it's clogged here or down the road. So the best thing for me to do is take this water line off the washing machine, put it in here, and if it backs up right away, we know it's right in this trap. If it doesn't back up right away, we know it's down the road a little bit, so we'll just take that clean out off and do that. But what worries me is, look at all this. It came up here, which is natural, but this looks like sand, or it looks like patching compound from maybe the painters. I'm not sure. Painters like to dump a lot of shit down here. They use the sink, and they probably used a hose off of there to rinse it, because this has no faucet. I don't know why you put this in with no faucet, but they did. Anyway, we'll get this handled, I hope. Okay guys, we got the hose undone. We're putting it in here, and we're going to turn on and see how long it takes for that to fill up. I might even overfill, but if it fills up fast, it's because it's right here. But I tapped it, and there's just a little, I don't know. We'll find out, guys. Here we go. That sounds pretty clear. Okay, now we're coming up.
Check it. I'll tell you when you're coming up a bit. I hear bubbling. They're coming up on this side.
Yeah. I would say this trap is clear, but Oh, you took the hot side off. That's cool. It feels good on my hand. Yeah, see how much is... I would say the trap is clear because it's coming up over here. Use your finger to take a picture of that. That looks like, yeah, that looks like plaster or something. Okay. So it's coming up. It's going out the trap. It's obviously cleared the trap, and it's going down past that second clean out, and then coming back up this side. So we know our clog is going to be right there. So I think I'm going to try taking off the upper clean out, because if you see that cap, it's on crooked, and I don't want to have to deal with that trying to put it back on and thread it on all crooked and then it leaks. I'm going to stick with this one. Yes, it's smaller, but we can make it work. All right, we're going to go get our snake, guys. Okay, guys, he's got that clean out, and it's let it come out more where it goes in the bucket. There we go. Yeah, it's up the vent line a little bit. The thing went up. Okay, I'm gonna let him get that drained. It's going in a bucket. Very little on the floor. I'll go get a towel for that little bit that does go on the floor. At least it's warm water, right, Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good. Let's just let it drain, and let's go get our snake. All right, guys, he's got it down to where it wants to dribble. So see if you can tuck it in on that trap so we can go get the snake. See if you can make it stay. Like, curl it up a little bit, roll it in a roll. Like, not that way, you dummy.
I'm trying to fold it.
Yeah, like that.
That's fine, I'll just hold it.
Okay, that's good, huh? Good job, Vinny. I didn't mean to call you a dummy.
Alright, sorry.
Hey guys, these old Generals are really good mini rooters. But the trick I've learned is take WD-40 and spray it in the top hole, and then spin it around and spray it here, and then do it again on the bottom and then again on the top, and then run your barrel. Because if you don't, when you go to pull cable, sometimes it's really stiff and rusty and kind of bonded. And when you go to pull the cable will twist and lock up and get behind another cable, and you're screwed. If you spend just a dollar or so of WD-40 on that cable, I guarantee that cable will act a lot better. If you're not using your mini rotor that much. Like, we only use this maybe once a month, sometimes once every 2 months, depending on the calls. We have other ones that we prefer to use, but on this one here, because it is a clean out there. And then here's the other thing, guys. A lot of guys will tear up those threads. You wonder, like, how in the hell did they tear up those threads on those clean outs? Well, whether it's metal or not, but more so on plastic, if you let that cable ride, and you know how you're doing a clean out, you're just pulling that thing. I'm sorry, my camera went all screwed up. You know how when you're giving the guy a good job and you're grabbing that cable and you're pulling in, out to give him his money's worth? Make sure you're not filing down those threads, because that cable will grind those plastic threads up. And then when you go put the cap back over there and you say, well, what the hell happened? It was working good. And it never phases the person that they were grinding the thread. So I'd rather just go straight in, and then if I feel the spot and I know where it is, I try to put something underneath my cable. That way when I'm going in and out, I'm not dragging on those threads. That way when I do go put this back, I'm not ending up with bad threads like on that bottom one. Because that can happen with metal. In fact, the plastic one, you can clean them up with a tap if you have an 1.5 or 2-inch tap, which I do. But the metal ones are harder, the cast iron ones, and yes, they're easy to foul up, because all you have to do is just knock a little bit of that thread in or out with that right there, and you'll have bad threads. So just keep that in mind, guys. We're gonna get this thing lubed up. Now watch, let me run the barrel for a minute. So let's move your hands. We'll let that run a few seconds, guys. That WD-40 will track all over, and now his coils will be easier to pull out. You guys saw in my last video what happened with this. I didn't do the WD-40 step, and the cable, we went to pull cable, and it twisted up. It was welded to one of the others, twisted up and caught. We had to take this whole thing apart right on the job. I got video of that. That was like a month and a half ago, I think. So this time we're putting our WD-40 and we're not cutting that step out. I think he's got it, guys. Look, I got that hose almost full blast. Look at that. Sorry, guy. I cut it before it got out. That's right. Very impressive. That's right. I have the reflexes of a cat. Huh? Okay, guys. I think we're probably somewhere. Ooh, look at that pole.
Save yourself again.
Look at this, guys. Fucking pole.
Get that
Fucker. Okay. I'll edit that out. Edit this out. No, guys, I want to leave it. Can you hold it and try flushing it? I want to see. I think we're probably. I know I'm past the garage. Probably somewhere over here, about right here. So I want to have them go another 10 feet. I can tell by looking inside the barrel kind of where I'm at. This barrel has. Is that full throttle?
Yeah.
Let me get a picture of that. Let's see. Full throttle. Let me get a picture. Full throttle. Okay, cool. That's doing good. It's not coming up here no more. What I would like to do is dump some water in here and clear this out.
Run it for a while just to see.
Yeah, run it. And I'm going to get that bucket of water here, guys, that Vinny has right there. And I'm going to kind of wash this sink out. That way, while it's in there, you can flush it. So. Okay, guys, I'm going to let him snake at that and try to get another 10 feet in. And, yeah, there you go. He's pulling out about 4 inches at a time. That way he doesn't bind up. And the trick, guys, is keep that barrel as close to the wall as you can. That way, if it does bind up, you can control the snake.
And another trick I'm learning, as soon as you feel your hands go like this, stop.
Yeah.
It should feel like this, like a snake.
Right.
But as soon as it comes in, you stop it.
Yeah, because that's where you're going to bind. Yeah. That's right. He's learning. It may cost me a cable one day, but I'll take it out of his wages. Actually, I need a new cable. If he does kink it, I'll probably end up... This cable is like 30 years old. So, but I always kept it lubricated. So.
And for those who watch his videos, don't make me pay for it.
That's the way you learn, son. Alright, I want to have him... I don't want to bore you. You can see he's pulling out about 4 or 5 inches at a time. I want him to go way down the line a little bit. Okay, guys, now I just looked at it and I'll show you guys. Now I feel like he's about at the 45 mark. If you can see in here, he's got half the cable, if not a little bit more, gone already. So I can tell by where it ends here and where it ends there, and you can see the WD-40, how that cable looks. You know, like the WD-40. We put WD-40 in before and when we're done, and we let it turn a while. But I think he's about 45 feet in at least. This is where we're going to stop. So go ahead and pull the cable in, and we got this thing full throttle. Watch, hold it so I don't blow it all over the place. That's full throttle right there. Nothing coming up here. I cleaned it. Hi, how are you? It's all cleaned here. We clean that up. And over here we're full throttle with the hose. So if you can do full throttle here, it'll certainly take the washing machine now. So we got her all snaked out. We went about 45 feet. And so, yeah. So, and we got this full blast. So to clean it out really good and make sure there's no... And we still got the snake in there. Oh, no worries. Okay, guys. When you retract it, it's nice if you can have some water available, because it'll clean the snake off as you bring it back. And it's good if you can spin the cable now and again, Vinny. That way you clean the cable as it comes back. And then you can like pull in a couple feet, and then if you get stuck, turn it forward. The only time we use reverse, guys, is if you get it stuck really bad. If you don't get it stuck really bad and you're bringing it in without the motor, you just give it a little tap forward and it'll unlock whatever you got. But if it's really locked, like we were before on something, then you hit reverse and then you retract and go back at it. And don't go at it where you shove that whole cable in all at once trying to break it up. You'll just end up getting your head locked up on something. I'd rather it go in and let me know that it's going to hang up, and then I start over and I keep doing it back and forth until I chew that whatever it is up. So I'm going to let Vinny get this retracted. He's doing a good job. Then we'll lubricate the line, and we'll also put some plumber's dope on the cap. We'll hook his washing machine up for him. We'll get it all in place for him. That way he's ready to go. Okay guys, while I'm cleaning up, putting his washer and dryer, this particular barrel has a hole on the bottom. See the hole at the cable? What we do is we put that down the downward, and then we tip this guy up. You can see the hole right there, and we make sure that, no, we gotta go the other way, like about right here. We make sure that cable drips dry before we lubricate it with WD-40. I need it about, I like a setup about right there. I'm gonna let him find something. There we go. That'll work. Yep. That'll get that cable all nice and dry. You can see it right there. And all that cable kind of, like if you have it in a little bit of a pitch like it does, it'll drip down and it'll go that way and out. So then before we're done, we'll put WD-40 all around it and call it done. But we just do that while we're working over here, because what we're going to do is he's going to put a little more shim to it. What we're going to do here is we're going to hook his water line back up. We're going to put some plumber's dope on that cap and get that in and dry everything up and put everything back. He had it all pulled back because he had it installed over the weekend. I guess the moving people brought it because it's not new, and unless it's used, they bought it and used it, I'm not sure. But anyway, with that being said, we're going to get it all fixed up the way it should have been. That way, whatever he paid for it, he doesn't feel like he was shorted. We're going to make sure everything is right on here. We're going to make sure we don't kink that up. Get the gas on, run it all, and see what happens. Okay, Benny, he's got that all doped up right there. That's all he needs. Go ahead and put that on. You don't need no tape on this one because it's new. When they're not new and they're like that, I put tape and dope. If one don't get it, the other one will. But this is brand new threads, it looks like. So just give it your, put a little support in the pipe, Benny. That way you don't torque the pipe and, you know, all those fittings. And it doesn't need much. When it wants to stop, that'll be about it.
Right there. Seems tight and snug.
Okay, good. You'll know. It'll hit like that stopping point.
There we go.
Okay. Now, let's go ahead and put his water line on. Vinny, make sure when you pull these guys, watch this. Hold the tip. I know. Check. Always make sure that the washer is good. Hold that tip straight up. When you guys do this, guys, don't hang the hose like this.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hose dips. Show them what I'm talking about.
This one doesn't do it as much, but it's more like
some of these will have a lot of space right here.
Like that.
And when you go, and when you go to tighten them on like this, they tighten on crooked. That little space right here. Make sure you're holding the hose straight like that. That way it goes on straight, and that gap right here is straight, because they can leak. All right, I'm going to let him do that, and then we're going to push this baby in place. I keep almost running this up my ass, guys. Okay, guys, we got the hose on. Everything's good. We put a new rubber on it. We're going to put all this back on nicely and put some tape on this so it doesn't come off, and get it all hooked up. So that's what we're going to do here. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Hey guys, we just left this job. I forgot to get some closing video of everything hooked up, but everything was hooked up. Water supply lines. I put a new hose washer. Theirs was kind of funky and had a drip to it. We hooked up the vent for the dryer on both ends, and we used one hose clamp and one off my truck. They had one, we used one off mine. Got that all done and pushed in. The reason why I forgot to get some closing video was the lady that I was supposed to go to this morning. She's all over my ass right now, and she needs us there right away. So I just kind of did what I had to do. I showed the tenants, and we were out the door. But you saw the bulk of it. All we did was hook up the dryer and the water supply line we took off and pushed it into place really nice. So that's it. We're heading now to our second job, which was supposed to be our first. It's electrical. They say they have some outlets not working. So we're going to head there first, and we're going to head there next. We'll try to get you some video. See you at the job. Okay guys, we're on the second job, and they stated that on Saturday that the lights went out and a bunch of outlets, and they think it's at the main panel, where they've got the... Anyway, Vinny is going to check before we go looking for the other panel. Vinny's going to check this lead and this lead, and if they're both hot, then the problem is somewhere in here and not out there. But if one of these are dead, then we got a problem somewhere outside.
Just continuity on both.
On both?
Yeah.
Okay, touch both of them up there. Okay, now see if one of them's 110.
No.
Now do the other one. Now do the other one. Okay, so they are dead, both of them. Okay, so that means we can put this panel together, and then we're going to have to go outside and try to find the main panel. This is a sub, so I believe. So the main's outside somewhere. Okay, guys, we're outside. We got to find the sub panel. They're on the phone with the association, and they're not answering. So usually a main panel is not too far away because of voltage dropping. So usually if you look around the building that you're at, you can probably find it. But then it's probably going to be locked. And then if it's locked, then I'm going to have to pick the lock. And I didn't bring my sets. I had to use it at my place. I was practicing on one of those smart locks. Those smart locks are really hard to do now, but we figured out a way to do it. But I was using those over the weekend for a little fun, and so I don't have my pick, so that's out of the question for today. You know, we'll see. We're gonna go look for it, guys. Usually it's on a building like this, Vinny, on a side door like this. Okay, guys, we're in the inner part. There's a gate unlocked, but Vinny let the damn gate slam. Now we're locked on the inside.
We can go through the building.
We can?
I don't know if their doors are open.
Okay, we can check it. But anyway, this is where we're at, guys. We're looking for, should we go through the building?
Oh, the fridge.
Oh, okay. We're going to try to get out of here and go back and talk to the lady and see if she got a hold of the association yet. It's Veterans Day, so they're probably not going to answer. So I think we're not going to waste any more time here. We're going to ask her to keep calling. We'll tell the management to keep calling, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm going to go talk to the lady and see if we can't get to the next. Now, the next job is not a job, it's an estimate. I'll take you guys along for the ride. It's termite damage or something.
Oh, yes.
Is it open?
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna found out where this gate is open here. There it is. Okay, so now we can get back on path and go talk to the lady. Yeah. Okay, guys, Vinny finally got a call back, and there is a lockbox up at the clubhouse over here. They gave us a combination to it to get the key, which now we have to go back to the unit area and down to where the utility closet is, and hopefully this key will open it. So we'll see what happens when we get there. Okay, Vinny's in. This is their panel over here. That's telephone stuff, and then remember this, guys? All this here at businesses where they have. This is probably for their speakers. When you pull up to the gate, you can call somebody. Here's their panel. You can see it's tripped right here. I'm gonna trip it. It looks like a square D. What is it, Vinny? Let's take the panel lid off and we can see. But this appears to be a square D to me, or something similar. So we'll pull the panel off. We'll set it and we'll order her a new one and we'll tell her how to get in here and flip it every time. They told us not to, but I mean, they're the ones without power. So anyway, pull that panel off and let's see if it's a square D. Okay, these are Murray's. A square D will work in place. But look at that wire, guys. It's all kind of fried right there. See it? But we have enough room here to clean it up. So we're going to take it off and clean it up and see if it stays on. Okay, guys, this is where I'm parked. I don't like door dings, so I moved it way over. But anyway, I showed them we have a 60. I didn't think I had anything over a 50. I make sure that I'll buy one plus one extra just to keep it. I always like to keep 2 of each. Just in case the one that I use is bad or something faulty. Alright, guys, now we're gonna go in here, and then from here we go down stairs to the utility room. Let's see if I can get some video here. So yeah, I gotta go through the second door. Good thing that Murray and Square D are compatible. So anyway, and then here's a utility room right here. So let's see what happens. Okay, guys, we have some of that grease for aluminum wiring. So Vinny's just cleaning it with the grease, and then we'll put a little dabby do on it when we put the new breaker on. So he's just gonna clean that up really good. And son, if you got a little play in there, why don't you trim a little of that off?
I already did.
Okay.
I need to do more though. So I want to make sure I can reach.
Yeah, make sure you can reach. I think, can I pull on that a little bit?
I already did.
Okay, so yeah, that's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Good. Don't cut no more.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, looking good.
Cut some more.
Oh yeah, you did.
But I didn't want to.
Okay, so we're gonna change that breaker out and put the new one, and we got it. Okay, Vinny, pull that thing out. Thing looks all cockeyed. Cool. And let's show everybody how a Murray is compatible to Square D. Completely compatible. You can even look at, yeah, same spot, everything. Yeah, so he's going to get that one in. Go ahead and get that one in.
Get on the hooks, line up.
You know, line them up and get a test. Go ahead and test those terminals on the bottom, Vinny, and make sure that we got heat.
Okay.
Okay, so we're good with that, guys. Then you can go ahead and do his wiring. Man, the tenant is so happy that we had the breaker and that he's able to clean the wires up and get everything going. Now we got to see if there's something upstairs. Yeah. Now we got to see if there's something upstairs causing this to happen. So what we'll do is we'll throw it on. Then we looked at the breaker panel, the sub panel inside. You guys saw that, and there was nothing there that looked weird, like no melted wires, no nothing. It could have just been a weak breaker. Plus, like I said, when you have a wire starting to burn up, that just sends out a signal to the breaker like, hey, something's wrong here, and trips it through heat. You know, these are kind of thermally, and we don't have a torque. So we're not worried about torquing it. So
usually there's a click in my shoulder.
Yeah, he's got a click. He's got his own torque wrench built in his shoulder. When he tightens it and when he feels that little click in his shoulder, he's got it. All right, so we're gonna flip it on, go upstairs, and have her run her stuff and see if anything funny happens. All right, guys, everything we told them to turn on everything they normally turn on, and while we're putting everything away here, we'll watch out for things, and then we'll go up and make sure they still have no problem. So Vinny's gonna go ahead and put all this together.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vinny's gonna clean up, and we'll go from there. Put everything back, and we'll go upstairs. They're turning everything on that they normally turn on, so we'll see from there. Okay, he's got everything closed up. Everything that they use is on upstairs. This isn't warm at all. So we're gonna lock it up, go put the key back, and we're gonna make notes of where this key is and stuff, and that way we can look at these are the old style locks. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna just stop by and make sure everything's all right at their unit. Talk to you soon. Okay, Vinny's gonna go put the key over that clubhouse, and they live right up here where the generator is. They've been using a generator since Saturday, so we're gonna just holler at them up there and make sure everything's okay, and then we're gonna go to the next estimate. It's the next one. I got 2 estimates after this. Hey guys, here's the estimate right here. So basically our ladders ain't long enough, but if we get out up on top, which we can, then what we do is we just pull the shingles out. You have to be careful, maybe tie yourself off, so if you get a little dizzy you don't end up over the cliff. But everything can be done up there. You can pull the shingles up, cut the starter board. I call this starter board, that's what everybody else calls it. You cut 2 pieces of that starter board out, the first piece and the second piece. Paint, get a color match, paint the boards, put your 2 new ones down, and then repair your shingles, and you're done. But it's not my forte, but guess what? I will go ahead and give him a crazy estimate. And if he wants it, I'll do it. Hey guys, there was some hand railing that I forgot to get video of. I can put a picture in. I didn't show you guys on video. We're headed to another estimate right now. I probably won't be able to get, well, maybe I will get some video and just say it's for the management. I'll try to get some video. With that being said, there's 2 jobs at the termite. The one is on the 2nd story roof, and the other one is a handrail going up to a staircase. I'm thinking for both jobs, I'm going to estimate it around $789 labor plus all materials. Materials will be minimal. That's what I'm going to, because the 2nd story, it's up on top, and you know, it takes some time working up there. So yeah, it's shitty parking. So we're gonna go ahead and bid around $789, I think, for both termite damaged areas. So now we're headed to the 2nd job. I'll try to get some video here. This is the 2nd estimate is what I mean. Okay guys, we're here, but they're not answering the text message. They're not answering their phone call. So I'm going to try and knock on the door, and this might have to be another... Oh yeah, this may have to be another call back here. We'll go knock on the door. Okay, there's some mold here. A little soap and water, bleach. I'll take care of that. But anyway, we could scrape all that out and recaulk it all and take mold cleaner to get the stuff in the grout. His water is coming out a different color, but that's because he's got a filter here that hasn't been changed for years. The water doesn't come out a different color on the other side. There's a shower right next to it. It only comes out on this side, but that's a hair filter. And he says he's never changed it once. He's been here 8 or 9 years. That's why the faucet is water's coming out of the shower head a yellow color. So anyway, The ceiling's not bad at all. I thought it was going to be a disaster. So he wants this fan here. It's got a flat roof, so we'd have to open up all the drywall. All right, well, that's it for this estimate, guys. Actually, the estimate will be for scraping all this out, all this caulking, cleaning all the mold, and then, of course, removing this filter and putting the shower head directly to it. And then he wants a fan exhaust, so we'd have to open, since it's a flat roof, we'll have to run it through here. So we'll have a little drywall work to be done as well. So that's about it for this one. I thought it was going to be a lot worse, though. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for today. We're going to head home. I've got some invoices to write up. I've got some estimates to write up. And that's going to be it. You want to say goodbye, buddy? Always got his snacks. Look at that. All right, guys. Talk to you later.